prefacing my remarks about these films.
A legend doesn't just break barriers, he reshapes the entire landscape. Sidney Poitier did exactly that.
In this greenhouse, say last night, about midnight.
The first black actor to win the Best Actor Oscar, the first to become a box office king, the first to make Hollywood see differently. His choices weren't just about acting. They were declarations of dignity in a world that rarely offered it. Every role was a revolution wrapped in restraint. But which films meant the most to him? Which stories shaped the man who shaped cinema? Poitier once revealed that In the Heat of the Night was his personal favorite among all his work.
The inspiration for the films. And in the case of In the Heat of the Night,
that admission opens a window into his soul. It shows us what he valued most, not just the awards or the applause, but the moments when his characters stood tall and demanded respect. These 10 films reveal that journey, from struggling newcomer to cultural icon, from breaking doors down to walking through them with his head held impossibly high. This is cinema through Poitier's eyes. 10. Sneakers, 1992. Late in his career, Poitier found pure joy again. Sneakers wasn't about changing the world. It was about having fun with friends.
8. That leaves 3.
What did it sound like? Did you go through a tunnel in the middle?
I'm not...
Robert Redford leads a team of security experts. They test computer systems by breaking into them. Poitier plays Donald Crease, a former CIA agent who went blind. The role gave him something rare, a chance to just be part of an ensemble. No heavy lifting of history on his shoulders. The film sparkles with chemistry. Redford, Dan Aykroyd, River Phoenix, and Poitier bounce off each other like old friends. There's no racial drama here, no teaching moments or dignified speeches, just clever people solving puzzles together. Poitier learns something valuable from this experience. Sometimes the greatest power is simply belonging. Being seen as equal doesn't always require a fight. Sometimes it's just sitting at the table like you've always been there. This film proves something important. Even in his 60s, Poitier could command any scene. His presence needed no justification, no explanation. He was simply there, and that was enough. 9. Porgy and Bess, 1959. George Gershwin's opera came to life on screen. Poitier played Porgy, a man with a physical disability living in a South Carolina fishing village.
Time, Beth, you got you.
Dorothy Dandridge starred as Bess, a woman trapped by addiction and violent men. The role challenged Poitier in unexpected ways. His singing voice was dubbed by opera singer Robert McFerrin, but his acting carried the soul of the character. This taught him something crucial about performance. You don't need words to communicate the truth. Porgy moves through the world differently. His body tells a story of struggle and survival. Poitier studied how disability shapes a person's relationship with their community, how it changes the way they love and hope. The film earned 4 Oscar nominations and 1 for its musical score. Critics praised Poitier's ability to convey deep emotion without relying on his natural charisma. This film showed him the power of vulnerability. Porgy isn't strong or dignified in the traditional sense. He's simply human, flawed and desperate, and capable of great love. That complexity would inform every role that followed. 8. Blackboard Jungle. 1955. The classroom became a battlefield. Poitier played Gregory Miller, a smart but troubled high school student. Glenn Ford starred as the idealistic teacher trying to reach him.
Sure, if you think so.
That's your boy. Good. That's fine, Miller.
The film showed the reality of inner-city schools in the 1950s. Violence, racism, and hopelessness filled every frame. Rock and roll music pulsed through the soundtrack, shocking audiences everywhere. This was Poitier's breakthrough moment. Hollywood finally noticed what he could do. Miller wasn't a hero or a villain. He was complicated, angry at the world but hungry for something better. Poitier learned the power of restraint in this role. He didn't shout or overact. He let quiet intensity do the talking. His eyes carried entire conversations. His silence spoke louder than any speech could. The film became a cultural phenomenon and launched his career into a new orbit. Years later, Poitier would flip this script entirely. He'd return to the classroom in To Sir with Love as the teacher instead of the student. But this film planted the seed. It showed him how education and dignity intersect. 7. To Sir with Love, 1967. The student became the master. Poitier played Mark Thackeray, an engineer who can't find work in his field. He takes a teaching job in London's rough East End.
I don't know what we'd do without a cuppa.
White working-class teenagers test him at every turn. They curse, they fight, they refuse to learn. But Thackeray doesn't break. He treats them like adults and demands they act like it. The transformation is beautiful to watch. This film completed a circle that started with Blackboard Jungle 12 years earlier. Now Poitier stood at the front of the classroom instead of sitting in it. The iconic theme song became a worldwide hit. Audiences loved seeing him win through patience rather than force. He learned something profound from this role. Real power doesn't announce itself loudly. It lives in consistency and quiet strength. The year 1967 belonged to Poitier completely. 3 of the year's biggest films featured him front and center. To Sir with Love showed the gentlest side of his talent. No racial conflict dominated the story. Just a good man doing good work and earning respect the hard way. 6. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? 1967. A dinner party that shook America. Poitier played Dr. John Prentice, a brilliant physician engaged to a white woman. Catherine Houghton brings him home to meet her liberal parents.
Well, I didn't even know. I mean, Christina hadn't even mentioned
She didn't know. It was a surprise to her, too.
Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn play the parents whose values get tested hard. They claim to be progressive, but a black son-in-law? That's different. The film forced audiences to confront their own hidden prejudices. Poitier's character is almost impossibly perfect. Handsome, educated, successful, polite. Critics later called this the super black problem, but in 1967 it was necessary. America needed to see a black man it couldn't find reasons to reject. The film became a massive box office success. It was also Spencer Tracy's final performance. He died just weeks after filming wrapped. Poitier learned something bittersweet from this experience. Even perfection requires justification when you're black. Dr. Prentice must prove his worth constantly, his credentials, his character, his intentions. Nothing gets assumed. Everything must be earned twice over. That reality shaped how Poitier chose every role afterward. 5. Edge of the City, 1957. 2 longshoremen, 1 white, 1 black. Director Martin Ritt created something raw and honest.
You don't want to get blood all over this nice clean shed, huh?
And you simmer down.
Poitier played Tommy Tyler, a railroad freight handler who befriends a troubled drifter, played by John Cassavetes. Their friendship crosses racial lines without making speeches about it. They just work together, laugh together, and look out for each other. Then Jack Warden appears as the villain who tears everything apart. This was the film where Hollywood truly saw Poitier's range, not as a symbol or a statement, as an actor who could carry complex emotions with subtle gestures. Tommy Tyler isn't perfect or sanitized. He's a working man with a family and fears and fierce loyalty. The performance showed what Poitier could do when given real material. Critics noticed. Directors noticed. Everything changed after this. He learned something essential about authenticity here. Playing a regular person with dignity matters more than playing saints. Tommy Tyler works hard, loves his wife, protects his friends. That's heroism too. Not every role needs to solve racism. Sometimes just existing as a full human being on screen is revolutionary enough. 4. A Patch of Blue, 1965. Love is Blind became literal truth. Elizabeth Hartman played Selena, a young white woman without sight. Poitier played Gordon Ralph, an office worker who befriends her in the park. She doesn't know he's black. When she falls in love, race doesn't exist in her world, but it exists everywhere else. Shelley Winters won an Oscar playing Selena's abusive, racist mother. The film walked a careful line. Gordon remains almost saint-like throughout. He never crosses boundaries that would get the film banned in the South. No passionate kissing, no declarations of desire, just quiet dignity and gentle care. Poitier understood the compromise. One wrong move and Southern theaters would refuse to show it. He learned restraint can be its own form of protest. Gordon's nobility challenges every racist assumption without saying a word. The character proves something just by existing on screen as a good man worthy of love. 3. The Defiant Ones, 1958. 2 escaped convicts, 1 chain. Director Stanley Kramer literally bound Poitier to Tony Curtis and watched magic happen. Noah Cullen and John Joker Jackson hate each other instantly. 1 black, 1 white, both desperate for freedom. The chain forces them to cooperate or die trying. They fight, they struggle, they slowly find respect. This film made history before the Oscars even happened. Poitier became the first black actor nominated for Best Actor in a leading role. Curtis got nominated too. Both lost to David Niven, but the nomination itself shattered barriers. Hollywood had to acknowledge what everyone could see. Poitier belonged at the highest level of his craft. He learned physical storytelling here. Every movement required coordination with Curtis. Every escape attempt demanded trust. The chain became a metaphor for America itself, bound together whether we like it or not. This role proved Poitier could carry a major film as the co-lead, not the supporting player. 2 Lilies of the Field, 1963. History happened in a small film about a wandering handyman. Poitier played Homer Smith, an ex-GI driving through Arizona desert. He stops at a farm where German nuns live. They believe God sent him to build their chapel. Homer just wants to move on, but something makes him stay. Maybe their faith, maybe his own need for purpose. The performance feels effortless and natural. Homer sings while he works. He argues with the Mother Superior in broken German and English. He teaches the nuns gospel songs. There's joy here that audiences hadn't seen from Poitier before. When his name was called at the Oscars, everything changed. First black actor to win Best Actor. The door he opened would never fully close again. He learned that carrying an entire film on your shoulders requires different muscles. Homer Smith isn't solving racism or proving anything. He's just a good man doing good work. Sometimes that's the most revolutionary choice of all. 1. In the Heat of the Night, 1967. Poitier's personal favorite, the one he chose above all others. Virgil Tibbs, a Philadelphia homicide detective, gets arrested in Mississippi simply for being black and carrying money. Police Chief Gillespie assumes he's a criminal. Then Tibbs reveals his badge. Everything shifts. The racist sheriff now needs the black detective's help solving a murder. "They call me Mr. Tibbs" became one of cinema's most powerful lines. The scene where Tibbs slaps a white plantation owner who slapped him first. The audience stood and cheered. This was new. A black man demanding respect and refusing to back down. Rod Steiger won Best Actor, but Poitier owned every frame. The film won Best Picture too. This role synthesized everything Poitier worked toward. Tibbs is brilliant, dignified, and righteously angry. He doesn't smile away racism. He confronts it with intelligence and strength. The character proved you could be perfect and still demand the world change around you. These 10 films chart one man's revolution. From breakthrough to icon, Poitier chose roles that demanded the world see him, and by extension, all Black people differently. His legacy isn't just in performances, it's in every actor who followed. Which Poitier performance changed how you see cinema? Subscribe for more legendary actor retrospectives.